Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where yours begin. I can't tell where mine ends. Brown skin, up against your brown skin. Need some every now and then. Oh, yeah. Where are your people from? Or maybe Mississippi or Carolina. Apparently your skin has been kissed by the sun. You make me want a Hershey's kiss. Your licorice. Every time I see your face, it makes me think of honey-coated chocolate. Your kisses are worth more than gold to me. I'll be your almond joy, you'll be my sugar daddy. Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where yours begin. I can't tell where mine ends. Skin so brown, lips so round, baby, how can I be down? Beautiful mahogany, you make me feel like a queen. Tell me what's that thing you do that makes me want to get next to you, yeah. Oh. Hey, guys. I was thinking about that song. Hey, Michelle's daughter. Hey, Polo. Thanks, guys, for joining me this morning. I was inspired to come live today to speak about, am I my sister's keeper? I did a video the other day just celebrating my daughter's melanin. Hey, Queen Diva. Thank you, Michelle's daughter. Thank you. I appreciate that. I did a video just celebrating my daughter's melanin because I think it's very important as a parent that I do so. And I got a couple of comments in my section, and one I want to read to you. But before I do, it is important to celebrate your children and their melanin. We have all sorts of different variety of flavors as African Americans, which is beautiful in itself. However, it is the dark skin that gets sometimes, more times than often, get the short end of the stick. They are not celebrated a lot. We are tolerated, and I have to say we because I am dark-skinned, complected woman. And so when you do have children and they have this dark complected skin, it's important as a parent that you echo that with grace and with confidence, that you instill that into your children, because they're going to go into a world where society says you're not good enough. And they have to be very, very confident and know and believe in thyself to know that that's a bunch of bull. And when I always say, good morning, Mix, good morning. When I say go somewhere, always entertain the crowd where you are celebrated and not tolerated. That takes you through life, and you should always have that mental. A lot of dark-skinned women that I talk to, that I know, they always say, they didn't want me because of my complexion. And my answer to them, or I didn't feel welcome or whatever, it's a whole bunch of reasons. But what I would think about is, in my mind, I'm saying to myself, then why are you around people that don't accept you? There are so many people that do. Why not embrace your presence around them instead of people that don't accept you? When you live in different places of the world, no matter whether it's for a better living, for your home, for your job, and all type, whatever you may think about when you relocate. When you have children and you have children that are growing up and not being celebrated, they're being bullied because of the texture of their skin. And they're not comfortable. How happy can you be making all the money in the world, living in the most beautiful home, but your children are sad because they're not accepted in the places that you align to be? So I know it's easier said than done, but me as a parent, I don't think I would ever migrate anywhere where my children have to feel like they're less than, just because the color of their skin. I do want to make it note too that I know a lot of brown skin and light skinned women who have dark skin daughters, and it brings me to Snoop Dogg's daughter, Cori Broadus. She did a little live where she was expressing how she felt like she wanted to commit suicide because of her complexion, because she didn't feel like she was accepted. And it was very disheartening for me to hear her. What I do remember, I remember a lot out of that conversation, but some of the things that stood out was when she was talking about her light-skinned brothers, and she didn't feel a part. And what hurt me is the fact that you have the two parents. Snoop Dogg is a celebrity. He is of a dark-skinned, he's a dark-skinned brother. He didn't explain to his daughter, and I don't even think he knew how her mother or her father was unable to explain and break it down to their daughter at a very young age that, yes, you are dark skinned, however, you are beautiful. And they didn't instill that in her. They thought money would buy her self-esteem, confidence, and that is so not true. She just, she touched me because I realized that, yeah, when you are a light-skinned woman and you're a brown-skinned woman, you have a dark-skinned baby girl, you may never understand what they're going through. And the best thing for you to do is just acknowledge the fact that they will go through things. You cannot sweep that under the rug. That's important. And you have to let them know that they are beautiful. And yes, you have to instill that in them. Like, it's no such thing as overpraising a child, especially when someone that will go through the things that we will have, the challenges that we will have had growing up. You definitely have to instill how beautiful they are. It's hard to really describe what we may feel. And then on top of that, I'm thinking about how we come to a world where now, yeah, they accept dark skin, but you have to be a certain type of dark skin. Like, they moved the goalposts. Hey, Miss T, thanks for joining. They moved the goalposts. First, it was the fact that, okay, you're dark skin. So then now is you have to be, in order for you to make it onto society and on a stage, not only your dark skin is not enough, you have to have European features. And when I say European features, I mean that small nose, small lips, look like a lighter descent, but dark skin, have a little body frame. I put this on, let me see, let me just... if I'm not reading the comments, I will get to it, but I don't want to miss what I'm trying to say, and it throws me off, so please, I apologize for that. I put these pictures up here because these are the women that represent the dark skin. This is the real deal. This is not television. This is not makeup enhanced or surgery type women that get things done to look a certain way. You have three beautiful Black women in their own rights. Every time when I look at each of these women, I see beauty in different ways for all three, yet still I still see beauty, but society do not. And that is not pleasing. That's not a good thing for none of us. And to my light skin and brown skin sisters, I just want you to know I love you guys, and I don't have anything against you, But I will say this, the best thing that you can offer to a dark-skinned woman is just to be supportive. Sometimes we get into the mix of comparing. Well, what about us? Well, we go through things too. And those type of words is not what we need as dark-skinned women. We need our sisters to come together and say, you're absolutely right. This is not right. Okay? I shouldn't be chosen over you. It's not your fault. No one is blaming you. You were not responsible for how you came out. But in my opinion, you are responsible for having our backs, and we are responsible for having yours. So when that stigma comes out that you're not good, we're not good enough, we kind of need you to say, yes, you are. And I'm not going to take that. You won't talk to my dark-skinned sisters like that. And not just any type, and not like, hey, J Dunn, and not like, okay, I'll choose this one because this one looks better than this one. She's acceptable, but she's not. No, we need y'all to fight for all of us. We need to fight for each other. But right now, I'm really not talking about it, and not to say that your concerns and the things that y'all go through are not important. But again, you have to learn how to take a seat and just listen. Let's deal with one thing at a time. But again, we need each other, and I think we should do better at supporting each other and not make it a what about me, or it's don't get mad at me, because to be honest, it's really not about you. It's about society and how they treat us, your sisters. But you have a responsibility, as well as we do, to have our backs. To have our backs. So let me read this comment that I got from Slim Thick, and I don't know, I hope that she'll make it here, because she was really the one that asked me to do a live about this, because she thought it was important, just like I did. But I am going to read her comment to you guys. Hey, TC. She said, your baby is so pretty, and I hope she absorbs your positive affirmations. This has me bawling. My sister is dark-skinned. I'm light-skinned, and so is my other sister. My family made sure we gave her more attention and more compliments. We made her the star of the family because we knew what she would face. We gave her strength, but sometimes it wasn't enough. When she went to school, she would be bullied. Now people tell her she is pretty to be dark-skinned, shaking my head. She is gorgeous, not because she's my sister. She truly is, inside and out. The topic I discussed about Snoop's daughter and his daughter would fit you better. A light-skinned woman can't tell a dark-skinned woman's story, vice versa. People get mad when I say that, but it's true. Will you do it? I'm doing it, Slim. And I answered you too. I'm not sure if you read it, but I hope again that you'll see this live and go back. I appreciate you, sis. And you said a couple of things that I wanted to point out. One thing you said was, my family made sure we gave her more attention and more compliments. Slim, I just want to say, although I'm pretty sure you and your family had the best intentions, but that is not what we need. That, again, is perpetuating the problem. We don't need to feel like we're better than. We don't need to feel like it's a pity party on us. We don't want to stand out. We just want to be a part. So parents and family members, please understand that. You don't perpetuate the stigma of us being dark-skinned. We know that we're dark-skinned. We don't want to be put on a pedestal. So and it's just like when we don't realize how we are to blame for a lot of things and a lot of thoughts that we have coming up in the stigmas, because as a baby, when your family member, I've heard family members say, picking up a baby, oh, she's not gonna have to worry about that. She's gonna have, oh my gosh, she's gonna be so conceited, or oh, she's not gonna have to worry about no guys, or oh, she's gonna be a problem. When you say that, you're already stemming the flame of that child growing up to think the way they do. I've heard it so many times. And again, please don't perpetuate that. Let me see. What else she said? We gave her strength, but sometimes it wasn't enough. When she went to school, she would be bullied. Yeah, I have to. I mean, I don't know what she went through, but I could understand that. Yeah, sometimes that's not enough because again, you're telling her that she's different instead of saying we are all beautiful and our complexions is a plus because we complement the sun in all our tones. You're beautiful in your shade. I'm beautiful in mine. And us together, we are forced to be reckoned with. And if she's in a school where she's being bullied because of her complexion, you take her out of that school. If you have to relocate, that's what you do. Again, you don't stay nowhere where you're tolerated. You go where you're celebrated. Women, when you go and pick your men, or you thinking your men is supposed to pick you, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But that doesn't mean there's not someone out there for you. That doesn't mean that. Don't be attracted to no one that's not attracted to you. I don't deal with people that don't like me. I was speaking to someone and we were both discussing how we cut our hair. And when we did that, guys and girls would say, well, guys would say, oh, I'm not attracted to girls with short hair. And in my opinion, that was exactly what I was trying to do. I need to wear out. I need to eliminate the ones that is not for me, so that I shine for the ones that are. And that's just that. Again, and she also said, as a lighter skinned woman can't tell a dark skinned woman's story, and vice versa. Spot on, Slim. Spot on. And it's not a dig at my light skinned sisters. Please understand that. It's just the truth. You can never understand. It's like a white person will never understand what it feels like to be Black. Light skin will never understand what dark skinned women go through. So it's important that you just listen. It's important that you try your best to understand. It is not your fault. We are not blaming you. Some of us do become mean-spirited and do think it's your fault, but that's their shit. I'm gonna be honest. That's not everybody, and I don't want you to think that, because that's not the truth. Don't put us on a pedestal. We are all beautiful, period. No one is more beautiful than the other. We're beautiful together. So we just need you guys to treat us as such. Just treat us as such. Okay. Again, to Cori Broadus, If I can say anything about her, I can say that she is beautiful. She is young, so I know she's fighting a lot of things. She's going through a lot, and I get that. And because she's a young woman, everything's hitting her at once, and she does not know how to navigate yet, but she will, because she has this voice that deserves to be heard. She's beautiful. And again, celebrate that. Don't just tolerate it. I want to go back up and try to read the comments. Let's see. Okay, Michelle's daughter said, very important. Thank you. It is important. And we have to have this conversation even a little more in depth. We need to have this conversation more often. We really do need to pay attention to how society is deeming us as beautiful. And it's not fair. But again, it's like, this is what you see on TV. I remember when I was growing up, back in the 80s, the sitcoms, the mainstream, the women were dark and voluptuous. What about the mother on What's Happening? Jefferson, Wheezy, she was beautiful and big, who else? Nell Carter. Shit, who else? 227. They celebrated the melanin. And it wasn't about being skinny. It was about just being beautiful, however you were, whether you was thin or thick. They didn't care. Florida Evans, she was natural and big boned and black. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, we don't see that anymore. We don't see too much of that no more. It has truly been watered down. And now you got to be biracial now, it seems, to be on the main stage, as though that's what represents the dark-skinned woman, and it's not. It represents the black woman, but they have said, now they've chosen, like, we're going to move towards this. We're not going to deal with that, because that's not favorable. My nieces was over yesterday, and I was just surprised that they didn't even understand what they was facing. But when I broke it down and asked them, when you're at school, because they didn't even know what colorism was. And these are girls in high school, and they didn't even understand what colorism was. And all of them are my complexion, maybe a shade lighter. So I said, okay, let me break it down. When you're in school and you're talking to the guys or whatever, and y'all talking about girlfriend and boyfriend stuff, who do you hear them say is more attractive? And they all, without a shadow of a doubt, oh yeah, they like light-skinned girls. They say they like light skin. They don't really like dark skin. And it was like normal to them. That's not normal. And how does that make you feel? Because you're not light-skinned. Let me see. Oh my God, I feel so bad for that girl. Snoop and his wife should be embarrassed. Michelle's daughter, correct, because they did not prepare her. And how could they? Snoop, okay, yeah, he doesn't have those problems because, like it or not, he's a dark-skinned brother, but he likes, all women like dark-skinned men. They desire them. So he didn't have those issues. And then the mom is not dark. She's brown-skinned, so she didn't have those issues. So they couldn't understand how this little girl was feeling. However, them being so financially stable could have gotten her the help that she needed a long, long time ago, and not act like this. That's the worst thing you could do, is act like it's not happening, or act like it can't happen to you. That's naive and it's ignorance. Mick said, I'm sorry, let me post these up. I don't know why I forget. I love my baby's skin color and how it can change to many colors of brown depending on the amount of sun. I love combing their hair as well. Mix, yes. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We are all beautiful. I love us, period. I love all of our complexions. I just know that my sisters, my complected sisters, melanin complected, deep, rich melanin, we get the short end of the stick, and we're very much misunderstood. And it gets to the point where people want to feel sorry for us. Don't feel sorry for us. Please don't. But Snoop has European features. He's dark, but with European features, so it's different. Correct. He had the pretty hair. His nose wasn't fat, and again, all women, most women desire dark-skinned, tall men. Especially with that hair. So he didn't have those issues. You're right. Miss T said, I love my blackness and my dark skin. You're supposed to. You're supposed to. Don't think that you're less than, because you're not. Okay, Mix, thank you for joining. She said she'll watch the replay. That's okay. Whoever can't stay. I just appreciate you guys joining. Don't perpetuate the pathology. Thank you, TC. Correct. Miss T said, my grand princess is going through this at her school. She's 7. And I told her parents to make sure they continue to tell her how beautiful her blackness is. Correct. You have to. And yes, you have to. It starts from home. I would not be so prepared if I didn't get the affirmation I got from my home, from my family members, from my brother's friends, from all over. If I didn't get that affirmation, I don't know if I would have been as confident growing up as I was, because I grew up around it too. And, for a minute, I think I literally blocked that out of my mind. I had to literally take my time and go back and think about the times where I was made fun of because of my complexion. And it happened a lot. And I just didn't even realize it. Only reason why is because I thought they was fucking crazy. I never agreed with them. I just thought they was haters. Like, y'all just jealous. Because I didn't hear that from my home. But I forgot it still happened. They still made fun of me because of my complexion. I was all types of dark black jokes. But it didn't affect me because I knew I was beautiful. I thought that from a very young age. So it didn't affect me. But it don't mean that it wasn't happening. And it could have. So, Claire Huxtable was a brown. Yes, what happened to all those? Those are the ones. Wait a minute. I thought I had it. No, I don't have it. But yeah, those are the dark-skinned women that, they meant a lot to me and to everybody that was in that time, to where this is why back then, yeah, you like light skin, but you also love that dark skin as well. It's a little different now. Now they're just trying to weigh us out in certain ways of the world. It's like we don't matter as much. You know what I'm saying? But we do. And again, we need support from all of our sisters and our brothers. I don't want to eliminate them, but I'm talking to my sisters right now. Am I my sister's keeper? Be nice. They are beautiful on the outside, talented and intelligent. They even were down with our cause. Right. As Hutchinson said, as I told you before I ever had children, I did not want any light-skinned children. However, I remind my children every single day how beautiful and handsome they are. Well, I don't know if you got them. I don't know if your kids are light-skinned or dark-skinned, Shelly. I get it. I don't know why you didn't want it. I didn't care what complexions my children came out as. I just wanted them to be healthy. I have I have 4. 2 of them are dark skin like me, and 2 of them are brown skin. And it is what it is. I just want them to understand that you guys may not go through what these guys are going to go through. But it's important that you know that y'all are all beautiful within your own rights, and you don't ever make each other feel less than just because the color of their skin. We have gone through that. We still go through that to this day already. Why do we put each other through that? Why would we? It's a learned thing that, you grow up. And again, it's because of the fact that when you're younger, our mothers and fathers and cousins and uncles are instilling this shit in us. And we got to stop. We got to do better. When you hear somebody, like when I heard my granddaughter is very fair skinned, very. And when I heard my brother say, you better learn how to fight. You're going to have to fight when you get older. And I said, why? No, we're never going to do that in this house. We're never going to put her on this pedestal because she's lighter than everybody else. No, she's going to be equal in here because when she know that, that's how she's going to grow up. She's not going to grow up thinking that she got one up on her because of her complexion, because her family is not going to instill that in her. It's little things that we do intentionally or unintentionally that brings that awareness to our children. So it's important to teach our children what it is out here and how we can fix the problem and not be a part of it. Hello, Mia S. Thanks for joining. All my girls are brown. My son's dark and I'm dark. Yeah. And again, the boys, I don't worry too much about them because women love that dark complexion. They get it. They can get it. Society is not going to hold their color against them. Only when it comes to committing crimes and things of that nature. That's a whole nother racist stigma that we got to go through. But as far as being accepted by other people, dark-skinned men don't really go through that the way dark-skinned women do. It's a difference. It is truly a difference. But as a dark-skinned woman, please understand that there are plenty people out here that love your complexion. There are plenty people out here that will find you attractive. And I believe that that's who you should be trying to be around. Stop being around people who don't even like you, who don't even think that you're attractive, who don't find no value in you because just blatantly because of the color of your skin. You don't have to be around those people. You have a choice. You don't have to be around them. Okay. I knew what I went through being light-skinned. I don't want them to go through that. Okay. The beautiful thing about God, exactly, he attracts lighter skinned women. Yeah. And they seem to, God, I don't even want to get on that either. I really don't. I found it. Let me leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. But anyway, that's crazy. It is what it is. I can understand. I'm going to say this. It's okay to be attracted to a light-skinned person. Nothing wrong with that. I'm attracted to light-skinned people. But it ain't just because they're light-skinned. They have to be beautiful. And they don't just have to be light-skinned. They could have been any color. It just so happened that they were light-skinned. But if all you're attracted to is light-skinned when you're dark-skinned and it's because they're light-skinned, that's self-hate that you probably not even aware that you have about yourself. You got to get that you got to get that checked out. Seriously. Our HBCUs, we always say, if you're not a part of the solution, then you are a part of the problem. In this chat, we are the solution driven. Correct. Thank you, TC. We are solution driven. Hey, Bench. My song to my daughter is Prince, the most beautiful girl in the world. Nice, Shelly. Nice. Even girls I grew up with loved lighter men. I always loved brown and dark men. Yeah, I just didn't look at it. Wasn't because of their complexion. I just want us to get out of that. Seriously. Because, like, Non-white people do it to us enough. I don't understand why we keep inflicting the same wounds on each other. Like, do we all just like abuse? Because we took everything they did to us and we're doing it to each other. And we have no problem doing it. It's so mind-boggling to me. It really is. I always love brown men. All right. Thank you guys again for joining. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it. And again, to you, Slim Thick, I hope that I'm going to say, don't stop acknowledging that you do see that there is an issue. Try to help out a little more. Don't put her on a pedestal. Yeah, if she's beautiful, she's just beautiful. I don't think she needs that to be up here to feel like, oh, they feel sorry for me. So this is why I get this treatment. Or, they understand that I'm going through something. So this is why I'm getting treatment. I think what she wants is just for y'all to band together on the even playing field at all times. And just know when you are speaking of so eloquently about her, which you did, it's because she is just beautiful. It's not because she's dark skinned, because the same thing you just said, other people say, and you shook your head. You don't know intentionally y'all are doing the same thing by, giving her more attention and more compliments, because you're only doing it because she's dark skinned. I only want dark skin, period. Light skinned men just don't do it for me. That's a preference, And some we have people in here that dark skinned women or men don't do it for them, just light skin. It's a preference. I get it. However, it becomes a problem as a woman when you hear that. Now, put that you put your feet in a dark-skinned woman's shoes when someone says, I only want light skin, period. Dark skin don't do it for me. That's a slap in the face. That's like a little, wow, really? Just take that in consideration. Yes. For me, it's a matter of personal preference. I am not physically attracted to light-skinned men. I can acknowledge a nice-looking man that's light-skinned, but I don't want them. And that's okay. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with them. Like I said, we're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'm not speaking because I want everybody to like us and everybody to want us because we're dark-skinned. No, I just want everybody to treat us as equal and stop treating us differently because we're dark-skinned. Stop looking at us like we're ugly because we're dark skinned. Literally, y'all don't even pay attention to features. Y'all will literally look at our skin and just say, oh, on to the next. I want light skin. That's all I'm saying. Like, stop doing that. And again, light skin, brown skin, dark skin, all skin. We are all beautiful. We represent that rainbow so great. It's ridiculous. I love us. I love us to no avail. I do. And again, I just want us to be the keepers of ourselves, support each other a little more when it comes to that. When you hear a brother talking down on a dark-skinned woman, step in sometimes. What do you mean? They're beautiful too. Stop that. I love all things black, light, dark. I love my people. Absolutely. Me too. Me too. My preference is a good heart. I never cared about complexion, but I have an affinity for a donkey. TC. She's crazy. So, For the last 20 minutes, I have about 20 more minutes. I would like to drop the link. If anybody would like to join me on this conversation, you're more than welcome to. I welcome any and all opinions. Again, this was to celebrate us, celebrate women that look like this, as well as women that looks like Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, all the women, but represent us all. We are all beautiful. All three of these women are beautiful dark sisters, but I promise you, they do not hear it enough. I promise you, they do not feel it enough, because society tells them that that's not true. They are not. And we are a part of society. We are truly a part of the problem. Let's stop being that way and be more of the solution. These three beautiful, beautiful, beautiful melanated queens deserve their flowers as well. Yeah. So that's that on that. And I mean, again, if you guys don't want to join, that's fine too. I could do this. I'm doing this on my own, y'all. I'm doing it. But again, I had a great time with my family. My brother's up here from Texas. And we played games yesterday. He has children, his grandbaby. He just had a grandbaby by his daughter, which is my god baby. So we enjoyed her. But the issue came out because my goddaughter, his grandbaby, is half Puerto Rican. So her complexion is like a Puerto Rican. I told my niece she had nothing to do with this. Nothing. Beautiful baby. But when he picked her up, the first thing he said to her was, "You ain't gonna have no problem with the guys. You ain't gonna have no problem. My baby ain't gonna have no problems with nothing." And I asked him, "What you mean by that? Why?" And complexion came out. And he's light-skinned. So he didn't even realize there was a problem. And it wasn't until me and my sister, my younger sister, because we're both dark-skinned, we had to simply let him know, when we was kids, do you not realize that me and her were the only dark-skinned girls out the crew? And we're talking about a good 20 kids that grew up in the same neighborhood. We didn't move. We was around each other for literally almost 20 years. And we grew up together, literally from 5 on up. But everybody that grew up with us was of a fair descent. It was just me and my sister that was dark. So can you imagine, not even my little brother, because again, he's light-skinned. So he didn't even experience the things we did. So can you imagine what me and her went through? But it didn't even affect us. Like I honestly forgot about it. She brought it back to my attention because I forgot. But she was like, "Do you remember what they used to say, the jokes they used to make about us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's true." So, TC, are you going to hit the link? No? Oh, now you ain't hit. Now you don't want to hit the link? Oh, now you don't want to hit the link? Oh, okay. Okay, TC. But overall, I explained everything to them. I actually made them watch. They never saw School Days, Good and Bad Hair, that musical. So I made them watch that. And it's like, oh. And they didn't get it. These kids are like, they just don't get it. Like, I explain things to them. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Wait a minute. Hold up. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Okay. Oh, okay. I have Jay Dunn. I guess I gotta do here. Jay Dunn?
Girl, you already know it's me. Take that shit down. The fuck?
That was fun. Hey Jay, what's going on?
Nothing. I had asked you for the link earlier up in the
You did?
broadcast.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. I didn't see you. I was reading everything and I missed it. But hey, what's going on?
Yeah, nothing. No, I was listening to your commentary about the light skin versus the dark skin, and I'm actually happy that you brought up this topic, which I feel like this is like an age old topic in the black community. And it's unfortunate that this is still a topic even in 2021. I do feel like I guess people would consider me light skinned, but I've seen so much and even whenever you light skin and you see certain things happening, there's really not much that you could do about it. You can say something, but I mean, whenever you are a child experiencing that, your voice don't carry that much weight. And so I feel like listening to you, which we've talked on a personal level about stuff like
Mm-hmm.
this, and then I've heard other people. And I think that, it's really kind of messed up that they kind of put light skin on the pedestal because at the end of the day, um, we are all the same skin tone. But then it makes me wonder, or not the skin tone, but the same race or
Red.
of people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then it makes me wonder, because I do prefer to date darker skinned women, BB. And I'm just like, is this just like I wonder sometimes when I listen to lives like this, I wonder, am I more attracted to dark skinned women? Or do I just have a mentality, a militant mentality to where I'm like, no, everybody is beautiful. I wonder that because it seems like they program us to um pick a shade over the other.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I refuse to be programmed. I think I have my own preference, but at the same time, I just wonder if it's like if you know how they say whether it's nature versus nurture. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder if it's just through nature with me just seeing all this stuff that's going on is the reason why I have my preferences that I do.
Correct. Let me read this comment really quickly. I'm sorry. Michelle's daughter said, but I feel like we also have to mention dark skin with black features versus dark skin with European features. It's a huge difference. Correct. Michelle's daughter. I did speak on that earlier. Like that's why I said, that's what society has now deemed is presentable to represent the dark skinned woman. You see, they all look the same when we're represented on magazines and on television and everything. We all see it. If we're going to go with the dark skin, they have to have the European features, the small noses and the small mouths and the small builds, and that's not the representation of a dark skinned woman. And so all the same, it's still bad. It's a misrepresentation. That's not what's all out here. If you're going to represent us, you have to represent us in its entirety. And we come in so many different shapes, sizes, and colors. And I mean, as features like big eyes, big noses, broad lips, big cheekbones. It's so many things, but society will tell you, oh, your nose is too big. Society will tell you your lips are too big. So they deem that as being not attractive. It's terrible.
BB,
Yes,
in this broadcast, I heard you refer to your own nose as being fat,
it is.
but
It's
I've never
No, it's
heard that
not.
before.
How is
Like,
it
did you?
fat?
it look
I've
like
never heard somebody say that I got a fat nose. I've
no.
not. No,
Why? Who told you you had a fat nose?
I'm looking at it right now.
that's what I'm trying to ask her.
No,
TC,
but Jay Dunn is right. What are you talking about? You're comparing it to whom? First of all, why are you comparing it?
Well,
I,
no, TC, we're not gonna jump on BB. No,
but no, seriously, I believe I have a big nose.
But
Look
she
at my blood
Capricorn.
pressure. Huh?
You
but
gotta breathe.
big
Eh?
is different from fat, though, BB. I mean, if we were able to chop my nose off and chop yours off and put it on the scale, our nose still gonna weigh the same size, girl. So the fact that you said fat nose, I'm like, the hell, who told you that?
I think I got a fat nut, like a fat little pudgy nose. I really do believe that when I look at myself, but I don't think it's ugly though. I think it fits my face. I love it. I'm just saying, like, it
But
ain't,
when you say fat, the connotation of fat is not of a positive one, because in this society, when we say fat, it is not of a glorious type of a description and an adjective. Fat is always related to fat is not good, or is not attractive, or is not whatever. So when you say you got a fat nose, it sounded like, and that's what I caught too, that you thought something negatively about your nose. Now, if you said I have using another adjective, I think that we use adjectives incorrectly, and I think we need to be very cognizant. And you mentioned it in your commentary about how we describe each other and ourselves in reference to how we want the world to see us.
correct.
We have to be careful. We have to be very, and how we look at the babies. Oh, that baby is, she's not gonna have any problem with any men. How do we know that?
Right.
She may have a screwed up attitude, and that might be the reason why she has a problem with men, not because of her complexion and her quote unquote hair that is a little not as kinky.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah.
Well,
Anyway, I
Well,
think that
BB,
anyway. Yeah.
BB, I think somebody had to have said that to you, even if you don't remember it.
that I got
Somebody
a
had to.
nose.
About a fat nose, because I've not heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard it before.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes us different. But I think that that's what makes me embrace your own, what you go through in your life. Um, because yeah, I've never heard that. And I'm not gonna say that you are wrong for using that adjective, but I do think that we have to be cognizant of that, because you said it just rolled off your tongue. And I can only wonder if you might have not have said that before
I
around
say
the
it
young
a lot.
people.
I do say it a lot about myself that I think I have a big nose. I don't think it's a bad thing, but some people do. I don't think it's a bad thing. I like my nose. I don't have a problem with my nose, but I believe some people do have a problem, and not with my nose, but with noses that's shaped like this on Black women.
But BB, I don't think that using the word big is what's bad.
Okay.
It's when you said fat.
Um,
Because you
Or
said it
broad
up in the
nose.
broadcast. And that's why I'm like, who the hell told her that? And I only say that because when you dealing with young children, and I'm not talking about your kids, but I'm just talking about, like, it's even the little girl Zaya Rose. Zaya be in everybody's life. She be dropping through. And I just think, whenever you look at it like that, then somebody must have had to tell you that for you to view it that way. It's crazy how adjectives work, because I can come through here and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm big," and people gonna think that I'm big, like I'm very strong, I'm muscular, I'm this, I'm that. But then whenever you use the same synonym and say fat, it's like, oh, you lazy, you this, you that. Like, those two words have different meanings. And so that's the only reason why that kind of caught me off guard when you called your nose fat. That's all I'm saying.
okay.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to come down on you. You know I'm not.
No, like I said, I welcome all opinions. Every opinion is not going to align with mine. So I appreciate you guys even coming up here sharing with me. Um, I don't know.
I,
I can't really. Hey, Kimberly Black. Oh, I missed some people. Hey, Miss Red and Kimberly Black. Did I say hi to Houston Bread? Thank God. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you.
and good morning to you, BB Nice. Good morning, Jay Dunn. And to the chat, I just wanted to say that one thing. When I was in college for Black History Month, we had this colorism, and what's very interesting is that all the people that said what they like, because we had a survey. What is your ideal woman? What is your ideal man? Whatever the case may be. And after we hit like 25 years and we go back for homecoming every year, do you know that these Joe Blow knuckleheads, because I've kept the records, and some is about 10 of us that's kept the record. And do you know that these same people that they said that they liked when they were in college, there's nobody that what they said that they liked and what they wanted and what was their ideal, they didn't marry it. They didn't. Because when we get older, if we mature, if we can get past some of these things and live life and don't have to, and we look past those things that we thought were the things that we wanted, guess what? We all got past that.
Right.
And it's very, very interesting because Kappas were all supposed to go, supposed to the AKAs and the this and that and this and that and the other. Man, some people be like, listen, I'm married to a woman. She didn't even go to high school. She didn't even graduate from college. She didn't, all the things that we said that we thought were the quote unquote ideal or whatever the case may be. When we got older, we lived life and we live and if you're a healthy person and you start to learn certain things and you start to really go into your heart. And so I'm just saying, I would like to implore that people go to their heart. And when you feel like you really appreciate and love somebody and they love you and they're going to celebrate you, go with them.
Correct. Go definitely. Let me read a couple comments. We are taught much self-hate. It's hard for us to embrace our own beauty. Very true. Very true. We have, Miss T also said, we have a bad habit of using distasteful adjective to describe each other simply because it was taught to us.
Yes.
And so I didn't know when I was describing myself, I didn't know it was distasteful or it was negative. I didn't describe myself. I didn't think I was describing myself in a negative way at all. I was pointing out features about myself that to other people might be distasteful, might be unpleasing rather. So, but not to me. These are my features I love. But to some people who don't recognize or like dark-skinned women, they point it out as a negative. It's not me, it's them. So me saying it, maybe I don't know how I used it or how, I guess the way y'all took it was like I was coming down on myself, but I really wasn't. I was pointing out features about myself that
I don't think you were coming down on yourself though. Don't get me wrong.
No.
I don't think that you were coming down on yourself. I didn't view it as self-hate. What I viewed it was whenever you was like, when you just said that you had a fat nose. And I'm just looking at your face and I'm like, what makes your nose fatter than mine? My nose might be narrow. It might be more narrower, but I don't think that you got a fat nose. And that was the first thing, was just like, who told her that?
Okay.
That was my thing. I'm like, who the hell said that? Because anytime you grab these adjectives, sometimes it's because you've heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my main
Mm-hmm.
thing. Not saying that you are coming down on yourself or you view
Right.
yourself in a negative way. But I'm like, well, who said that to make her think that?
I've heard other people. I'm not gonna say I've heard them say it to me, but when a person is speaking negatively on a dark skinned woman, those are some of the features they point out. They don't like. They think they have like a big nose or big lips. You know, those are
But then you don't use those negative descriptions or negative ways of describing uh that they're using to describe us to describe yourself. What we have to do in reference to the solution driven, we have to take what people and here, okay, that's negative for them, and we're going to take it, the lemon, and make lemonade, and we're going to turn it around and make a positive. And the English language is a doozy. We can take the, like Jay Dunn said something about synonyms. You could synonyms, and we can take the same word and instead of saying fat, if you say broad, or like Jay Dunn said, narrow as opposed to skinny.
okay.
All of those things are shameful, connotative type words. And if you look in the dictionary, they that's what people do use to shame people, to make people uh to make them feel bad. Those are feel bad. We want to use powerful, enriching, empowerment, inspirational kind of words that are going to make sure that our young people say, hey, I have a broad nose. It's not fat, it's broad, honey.
Okay.
It's in conjunction with the way that my ear, nose, and throat, and if they can describe it scientifically, because we all have a nose that is in conjunction scientifically with our face and our insides and thing. I don't even want to go there, but I learned that shit in Egypt when we talked about that. When they used to take off the noses of the pyramid, and this Egyptian guy explained it to me so well. But we'll do that at another time. Everything and all of us have our whatever for a reason, and
Okay.
God is in charge of that.
Okay. I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Angela White. Let me see. Kimberly Black said African Americans have had full lips, big hips, and high cheekbones since the beginning of time. Now that everyone wants them. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Very true. Very, very true. Okay, guys. I mean, I get it. I understand. I used the wrong words. So I get that.
Well,
I do get that.
here's and Jay Dunn said it so eloquently. It's not that it's not wrong. We
Yeah,
have to we we can be we have to be part of the solution, right? So
correct.
we just got to talk to each other in the positive. We have to in the affirmative,
Correct.
and you are a beautiful sister, my sister. Jay Dunn is a beautiful sister.
Right.
All of the sisters and brothers that are in the chat are beautiful individuals. The only
Correct.
thing that differentiates all of us is, maybe the way we go about doing some things, our behavior, and whatever the case may be. And that's on a day-to-day basis, because we could be nice today and mean tomorrow because of the circumstances of society. We get it. But
Right.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We need to
Oh,
uplift
anyway,
each other. Thank you, Michelle's daughter. Thank you. And that's exactly
that's
what
great.
my sisters came up here and did. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
You
All right.
already know
Well,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna go
ready to
back down in the chat.
deliver now. All you
Okay.
have to do is drop the link and I'm coming through.
Okay.
Um, but one thing too that I want to say, BB, like I've been criticized about my own nose.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the one thing that I will say is that when I look at my nose, I see my mama's nose.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, even when people might try to say something about my nose or how it looks, or if it's skinny or it looked like a Jackson nose or whatever, even though this is my just regular nose.
Mm-hmm.
But my mama gave me that nose. And that's how come I can be proud about it. And I think that no matter the shade of melanin that we have, a lot of the times people will try to press these insecurities upon us just because that makes them feel better. And that's one thing that you cannot forget, that sometimes they will press an insecurity upon you because they feel some type of way about it.
Right.
And so that's all I'm just saying. I just, and I'm not even trying to correct you up on your stream, but no, BB, you don't have a fat nose. You are BB. And that nose came from the people that raised you, that loved on you. That came from your lineage. So I don't dare want you to call it fat when all it is the combination of the people that you came from. And that's how you got your nose. That's it.
Okay. Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome. I hope I'm making sense now.
You're making sense. I receive it. I truly receive it. You know, I do. And thank you.
Okay. Well, you're welcome. Well, I'll jump off here too, so you can end your life. But I just had wanted to come up here to tell you about that. But not to really discipline. Not. I don't even want to feel like I'm trying to do that because I'm not.
No, I don't think you're giving your opinion, and and again, I receive it. I don't think you coming up here to check me or I don't know. I don't know what anybody else would think, but I don't think it's, and that's really all that matters. I don't think that, so don't worry about that. You just
okay. All right. Good. Okay. Good.
You disagree with something, and you came up here and you expressed that, and I understand where you're coming from.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll fall off of here too. And let you have your broadcast. Okay. Bye.
No problem. Thanks. Okay, guys. Let me just. Shelly, I will do that. Let's see. Polo said these is some gems this Sunday. Yes, it is. And I appreciate everybody who joined and everybody that contribute. Thank you, TC and J Dunn, for coming up. I have a line across my nose, and I got that from my grandma, and I'm happy for it. Okay, I got you. Angela said the real power you seek is inside of you. Correct. The ancestors love us all. Yes, we come from our ancestors and every structure of our bodies and the way we're built are from generations past. So it's nothing I ever feel ashamed about. And I don't want no one to feel ashamed about it. I just want us to educate our children a little more so they won't be ashamed about it. They won't be trying to grow up and want to look like what they see on television or feel oppressed or embarrassed or ashamed of what God has given them. Every ounce, every feature on their body needs to be appreciated and celebrated. And yes, have a safe and blessed Memorial Day to all shades of the melanated queens. Correct. Thank you very much, Kimberly Black. I'm going to leave that up there, and I am going to end this live. I thank everyone for joining me today. This was, it was very, to me, it needs to be done. It needed to be said. It needed to be done. We need to have more conversation about it. And again, it's only to celebrate the melanin, our melanin as a whole, and to stop feeling ashamed or embarrassed or less than because of the color of your skin. Again, to my sisters, if you have a dark-skinned child, grandchild, cousin, and you might see them not feeling too great about themselves, feeling like, they're not good enough. It's our job to fix that, to let them know how beautiful they are. They have to feel that within, and it starts from home and it comes out into society. So we have to just, come together and celebrate the dark skin. Again, don't put us on a pedestal because we're all up here. we're nowhere, we're not uneven. It's not uneven, it's even. We're all at the top. We just need to feel that way. And we need to help each other to feel that way. Again, guys, thank you for joining. And I am just going to end this live now. And I will see you guys around. Peace.